Good morning. Welcome to Austin, Texas. It's good to see you all. Well, it is day 3 here at Finishing School Recording Studios. For those of you who have not been on the socials, I showed up here. Let's see, we had amazing shows actually in Burlington, Vermont, and Syracuse, New York last weekend. They were just so great. And if you were with me at the gathering last Tuesday, you know that that my sweet little babies got me sick last week, and that I was desperately trying to recover before tour started. I was like 90% there, but you know, when you have like a cold thing, the last thing when you're a singer, I think, to really heal is like your voice, and playing 2 long crazy sets with an amazing fan group, it totally shot my voice. I left Syracuse, woke up at like 4 a.m. to catch a flight the night after the Syracuse show, flew down here to Austin, Texas, and zero voice. And unlike the last sessions I've had recording here, during which the whole band has joined me, right? This one was just supposed to be about me singing my final lead vocals. Anyways, it's a mess. I want so badly for this album to be as good as it can possibly be. And I hated the idea of, singing less than. Anyways, I'm very, very lucky. We have been working on a bunch of different things over the last 2 days. It's been going great. I'm so excited about all we are recording and the work we're doing. Ooh, Joe, I am drinking tea and honey right now. I am very lucky to have a voice that is gravelly on its best days, right? And also a voice that, like, when it gets blown out, it heals pretty quickly. And so even last night, I started singing again. It's still tender. You can hear as I'm talking to you. It's still a little banged up. So, for those reasons, and for the fact that my session ended at 1 a.m. last night, and it is now, for those of you on Eastern time, it is now 6:30 in the morning. I am going to do a little shorty with you guys this morning. I'm going to play through a couple of the songs that I'm going to record today. I'm psyched to fill you in on that. And I am going to use our little session as a little gentle vocal warm-up, and just a chance for me to kind of play through a couple songs. That sounds good to you? It certainly sounds good to me. I am really excited to be watching the sun come up, and just to have a little window to hang out with you this morning. I appreciate you being awake with me right now. Today, for those of you who have been asking and waiting for, today may be Pocket Full of Seashells Day, so why don't we start with that this morning? I've been walking it for miles now, sand under my feet, collecting little seashells as I go. 16 shores in 18 days, promises to keep, but there are moments I could stop and take it slow. If I had a nickel for every bar I've played, and if I had $1 for every nickel made, maybe I could think about staying home a while, but that ain't in the cards right now. I'll get down on my knees and I will testify my faith to the heavens where the darkness meets the light, that a life that's worth the living is built on all the love we make. So I'll gather all my courage and I'll take all the luck I find, with a pocket full of seashells and my daughter on my mind. Maybe she will keep them in a jar up in her room, or she might make a necklace or a crown. She might say that her friends' daddies, she might say when her friends' daddies drop her off at school, that hers is out there somewhere thinking about her. I'll get down on my knees and I will testify my faith to the heavens where the darkness meets the light, that a life that's worth the living is built on all the love we make. So we'll gather all my courage and I'll take all the luck I find, with a pocket full of seashells and my daughter on my mind. I love the life I chose, I don't want any other. You won't catch me feeling sorry for myself. This day will pass in whispers that become a memory, that will live inside a jar of little shells. I'll get down on my knees and I will testify my faith to the heavens where the darkness meets the light, that a life that's worth the living is built on all the love we make. So we'll gather all my courage and take all the luck I find, with a pocket full of seashells and my daughter on my mind. This pocket full of seashells and my daughter on my mind. Okay. Now, what I did this morning, for those of you who are worried about me overtaxing my voice before a 16-hour studio day, I have this guitar, this beautiful, old, vintage Gibson guitar. I have this guy tuned, well, I found it this way. In the studio, they have a rack of these old vintage Gibsons that are just so beautiful, and this one happened to be tuned down a step. And for those of you who don't know what that really means, it just means that, right, like, relatively speaking, all these strings are in tune with each other, but the whole guitar is lower than a normal guitar by a little bit, which makes warming up and singing a little bit a lot easier if your voice is in a lower register, which mine is. I actually like singing that song. I like singing that song. I like singing lots of songs down a step sometimes. A lot of our gatherings, believe it or not, have been with guitars that were tuned down a step. Question is going to be whether or not we like the lower register singing enough that maybe we record that song down in that place where I was singing. So these are the decisions. These are like the fun, interesting conversations that we get to have before we press record. And so there are also scary conversations, like, there are times when our producer Gordy, I'll play him a song and we'll be ready, and I love the song, and then like we'll kind of go over it before we start recording, and he'll say, I've got this idea. How would you feel about changing this? And we joke about this because, right, I am arguably very close, maybe too close, to these songs that I've written. I mean, that was a song that I wrote about missing Willow while being on tour. I love playing it, and I love all the times that I've played that song for you all, and for those of you who aren't online with me at this ungodly hour. So there's a part of me that's nervous that, right, Gordy's gonna say, all right, before we don't have to do it, but what do you think about these changes? And because usually when that bastard says it, it's a good suggestion. And so far during these recordings, we've done structural changes to an arrangement changes. Well, we've done arrangement changes to everything, right? But we've done some structural changes to songs, Erica, Pink Champagne, Revelate, probably more in there I'm forgetting. But, like, Erica, Pink Champagne, and Revelate, those are like 3 of the songs I know you guys love. I know we've played those all out a bunch, and we love them. And they didn't like change the nature of the song. It was just, we made the structure a little tighter. And now, having recorded those songs with those kind of changed structures, and having had some time to process it and think about it and listen to it, they're all better because of it. So anyways, with a song like Pocket Full of Seashells, I'm particularly nervous about making any changes. I know, it's not rational. I just finished telling you the changes are usually for the better. It's just, I get attached. Okay. This was one of Gordy's top contenders. And so, by the way, that last song and this song, we're going to do a little bit differently than the other songs that we have tracked in this studio. The other songs we've tracked and recorded live with the band and with some session musicians that joined us. So much fun. But Gordy was thinking that it would be nice to have some like just kind of raw acoustic tracks recorded as well, and maybe adding a couple elements, but not much. And so Pocket Full of Seashells was one of those, and so was this one. It's called Unkind World. We almost never play it out. I've played it for you gatherers, I don't know how many times, but not a lot of times. And it's a song I wrote with Clint Daniels down in Nashville, and it's another story song. So I'm gonna practice it for you this morning. I still see her standing, waiting in her mama's door. Something in her eyes behind that homemade dress she wore. They tried to keep her safe with all the comfort small towns bring, but I knew she was bound for bigger things. Me, I was just a scruffy kid, far from her side of the tracks, dreaming on by gassing up, never looking back. We took off together, no AC and 4-ball tires. Yeah, we were gonna set this world on fire. It kept on turning. We were learning every day. Life wasn't perfect, but we never walked away. She always remembered the boy, and I remembered that girl, and we never gave up in an unkind world. We found work in Hazel's, living down off Cotton Road. We found work in Memphis, living down off Cotton Road. Serving beer at Hazel's, still daydreaming about the road. You came on a Tuesday, seemed like Wednesday you were grown. A living, breathing miracle of our own. Kept on turning, and we were learning every day. Life wasn't perfect, but we never walked away. way. She always remembered the boy, and I remember that girl. And we never gave up in an unkind world. Shit. You were way too young to understand. So brave you never let go your mama's hand. She closed her eyes and in an instant we lost the world we thought we had. But I've never been so proud. But I've never been so proud to be your dad. God, I'm glad I'm practicing this. I'm gonna go from that last chorus back into the bridge. Kept on turning. We were learning every day. Life wasn't perfect, but we never walked away. She always remembered the girl, and I remembered that girl. And we never gave up in an unkind world. You were way too young to understand. So brave you never let go your mama's hand. She closed her eyes and in an instant we lost the world we thought we had. But I've never been so proud to be your dad. Perfect's for the movies, fairs for fairy tales. We've both been through it, yeah, we learned that lesson well. But your heart shines so brightly when you find love you alone. Hurled on tight and never let that go. Keeps on turning, yeah, we still miss her every day. I know you're hurting, but it won't always be this way. Trust in the woman you are. Remember that, girl. Never give up in an unkind world. Well, that's one I gotta practice a little bit before we roll tape. Well, it's nice to be hanging with you. It's nice to sit and play guitar as the sun's coming up. Hanging with good people, talking about music, thinking about songs. Yeah. How about I play you the one that I worked on all night long last night? This is one we recorded with the band, and I'm so glad we did. I had no idea how we were going to arrange this song. There were 6 of us musicians all playing in real time. And the cool thing about this next song was the mission was not just to the mission was that the music was going to be kind of the score of this story. So Gordy chose a lot of story songs on this album, and I love that. I love that. I write a lot of story songs, and I think it's something that's kind of, it's just something I love, you know, getting little glimpses into people's lives, their dreams and failures, and right, just getting a little glimpse in the form of a song. And to me, by celebrating one person or one character, right, it's a way of celebrating all of us, the things that tie us all together. Anyways, this album, and I will tell you this now, we're recording more songs right now than we can fit on an album, so maybe this will become 2 albums at some point. It's kind of my dream. Now that we're digging deep, just get enough material for 2 albums worth of songs. It'd be pretty fun. Anyways, this is a song called The Last Ride of Bobby McGee. Oh, which we also made, we made a couple little changes to. And I've been talking about this the last handful of times I shared this song with you gatherers, right? This is like a long and involved song, right? There were some lyrics I wasn't 100% excited about that was on my like to-do list to change. I remember there was one gathering a year and a half ago. I kind of test drove some of the lyric changes. They weren't quite right yet, and so these shit will be, unless I fuck it up, these will be the final lyrics to this song, first time shared. Okay. The sun hit wild in colors that were blazing. They broke upon a house in Prescott, Maine. An old man wandered out holding a bedroll. Legend tells that Bobby was his name. Been decades since a soul had even seen him. He held his thumb out humbly towards the sky. A trucker passed him standing, waiting patiently. Pulled over there and offered him a ride. In the diesel cab, it felt just like a cradle. It hummed along while Bobby sang the blues. He closed his eyes and thought about a harpoon plan and a wild, tangled girl that he once knew. Live hard, live life, do not wait, live now. Da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da. He fixed a fence post at a ranch and chili coffee. They fed him well, let him ride old Adeline. Used to be the fastest in the county, but like Bobby now, preferred to take your time. That dusty summer spun him through the prairies, taking a ride just to see where it would go. He only knew the nighttime from the daytime, when the sun would rest its head upon a westbound road. And the people that he met would ask him questions. Man, what are you doing, thumbing around? His eyes would sparkle, grinning, shake his head and say it's the fool who thinks he knows where he is bound. Live hard, live life, do not wait, live now. Da 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 da. Still did business through the clubhouse. Bobby'd run him favors way back when. He said that we can ride you through the Rockies, but at the junction you you were on your own, my friend. Chase the sunshine through the pass on J.R. Softail, dreaming of the 5-pound bass he caught when he was 10. Every other memory in his lifetime swirling like that Colorado wind. And he ate some but was never really hungry. He slept when he was hanging by a string. He told everyone he passed, life comes and goes so fast, and ain't our breath the most amazing, joyous thing? Live hard, live life, do not wait, live now. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. Himself in Parsons, California, holding court at Pappy's at the bar. Jenny took the hidden bottle and laughed from the back, and they reminisced a bit while Bobby played guitar. Late night he confessed that he was dying. His cancer seems to have the best of me. I'd rather go out walking in the sunshine lying inside strapped to some machine. And he woke the next day early with the sunrise, humming softly, walking towards the sand. They say they saw him headed out round Blacktop Canyon, and no one's ever heard from him again. Years down the road, a group of desert hikers found some bones under a twisted spiny tree, and a message carved into a bedroom, these final words of Bobby McGee. Live hard, live life, do not wait, live now. Live hard, live life, do not wait, live now. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da da da, da da da. Down. All right. That was the last ride of Bobby McGee, and one of my, I can't say it's one of my favorite songs on the album, but it's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's like, as a writer, okay, this is what I'm gonna say. As a songwriter, that's one of the songs I am most proud of. I am most proud of. And I'm so excited that it's gonna get to live out in the world. It makes me super happy. Well, thank you, gatherers, for hanging with me for our little session this morning. This is a great way to wake up. It really is. Tomorrow, I wake up even earlier than this. Catch a flight that will land me in Columbus, Ohio, where we are playing. I cannot wait to play at Natalie's in Columbus. The next night, we're at the Ark in Ann Arbor. I cannot wait to play at the Ark in Ann Arbor. We're joined by Josh Joplin, one of our Ramble artists this year, who's going to kind of basically be hanging with us and opening for us for the whole rest of the tour, which I'm super psyched about. We are then in Chicago at the Old Town School of Folk Music. We bang on down to Indianapolis. We head up to Milwaukee and then Madison and Cedar Rapids. Boom, 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 boom. That's what we're going to be doing. After the Iowa show, the bandies all go their separate ways, and my girls fly out to Chicago to meet me, and we're going to have Thanksgiving out here. Super fun. It's all good. I'm so psyched for these next weeks. I'm psyched for everything. I know it's a topsy-turvy world. I know. But man, there is a lot of good happening. There's a lot of good happening. I'm feeling good about so much of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to sleep more. I would love to sleep more. It's okay. Yeah. For those of you in the Northeast, we have got not a lot of shows, but some awesome shows coming up in December before the end of the year. Just a handful of banger shows. We're also going to be back in Austin, Texas, right here, recording some more. We'll, of course, take you there with us. But we're going to be back in Syracuse again for a double header at the 443. We're going to do a double header at Iron Smoke in Fairport, New York, right outside of Rochester. That's in kind of early December. In mid-December, we're going to be doing a couple shows up in Maine at the Waldo Theater in Waldoboro and at Stone Mountain Arts Center in Brownfield. And then the day after Christmas, we start the Dysfunctional Family Gathering Holiday Tour with our friends in the band Cersei. We are playing Boston, Massachusetts. We are playing Fall River, Massachusetts, Narrow Center for the Arts. We're playing the City Winery in Boston. We are playing Town Crier in Beacon, New York. We are playing Infinity Music Hall in Hartford, Connecticut. And then we are finishing it up with New Year's Eve at Tupelo Music Hall in Derry, New Hampshire. I can't wait for all of it. And then just 3 days later, we get to have our winter gathering together. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about. That's all I'm saying. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the signs of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glass. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the bird when the working is through. Let us drink one to me, let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, and all that we see. Here's to our hearts, and the air that we breathe. Here's to round and good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow, let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, to the drink that we share. I hope wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you have a great day today. Cheers. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you again soon.